They say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, just like the road to Nebula begins with a single camo in your first headshot or your first stabby stab with your knife. And in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially gotten every single base game weapon, none of the new season 1 weapons, so no power drill, no Krieg, and no SOG. We haven't gotten those weapons done yet, just wanted to focus on the main base game 33 weapons and get Nebula on all of them. Now, if you've been following the channel and our little Road to Nebula series, granted it's been a little sporadic, last video we did was on every single gun with the Afterlife camo, and granted, I feel like the Afterlife camo isn't nearly as good as some of the other ones. The Nebula, there's a reason I was grinding away for this beautiful camo on every base game weapon, and it was absolutely a beaut. This camo is absolutely phenomenal. So glad that they gave zombies a full-on dark matter type of camo grind. The reward is worth it, and in this video we're going to talk about it, along with how you can go about doing the actual Nebula challenge. Relatively easy, quick, and of course we're going to be showcasing how the camo looks on all of the 33 base game weapons. You also get a pretty cool calling card for that as well, and I like it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss the actual Nebula camo challenge itself. The Nebula challenge itself is just 10 elite zombie defeats with said weapon. It's the same for every single weapon, and now that we're in the age of having directed mode, we have a very simple and easy method to go about farming these elites. Of course, this lies on the map of Liberty Falls, this game's Kino der Toten, as some have been calling it. I like Liberty Falls, side note, just had to say that. Now, of course, obviously you're going to want to load up a directed game, and maybe if you were like me, you just kept rolling off the same game in which you were grinding Opal and the Afterlife challenges, so you on your save you just have a stockpile of points and salvage. It does help make this process a little bit easier, but we're basically going to do all of the Easter egg steps, which is there's not many on this map. We're just gonna build the jet gun, grab the parts with it, head to the crafting table on the Alamo, hold your interact button for a bit, and then we're gonna go grab that ether canister, drop that bad boy by the ether trap that's close to Speed Cola in the bank, and then we're just going to go farming away. The spot that I like to do this at, literally just sitting in the graveyard by the church. It's literally where you'll spawn your elite each round. And doing these steps is going to allow us to spawn the HVT once per round. And obviously we're not going to do the actual step. We're just going to outright eliminate it 10 times with 33 different weapons, 330 elite enemies in total. That is what we have to do. Now, since the round cap will not go past round 15, any tier 2 pack-a-punched weapon at epic rarity is going to handle business pretty darn easily. Now, there is a little bit of a coin flip here, as it'll either be a Mangler HVT or an Abomination HVT. I don't think I need to tell you which one is easier to go after, but of course it's the Mangler one, okay? My entire time doing this, I only farmed the Abomination HVT for 2 weapons. Unironically, both of them were the melee weapons, okay? I didn't try to do that, it just kind of happened like that. But farming the HVT Manglers is very quick, and you only need 10 of them. Get whatever weapon you're working on the Nebula challenge itself up to tier 2 pack-a-punch, and I would say epic rarity, especially if this is a save that you were using to farm your Opal camos and your Afterlife camos. You'll already be well stocked up on salvage and points, making the ability to take out the actual HVT Manglers itself very easy. And then for your other weapon, since you have to build the jet gun anyways to get to this point, I would honestly just hold on to it, and then once you've gotten rid of the HVT for that round, as you can only do 1 HVT per round, but we're in directed mode, so it's only going to be around 15 on repeat. It's like that new favorite song of yours on Spotify, it's just on repeat. But once you eliminate the HVT for that round, you can just use the jet gun and clear out the round in this little area of the graveyard very quick. The spawns here aren't the fastest, or they're not as fast as they are on the bank, at least the roof part of it, but they're still relatively quick. And because you have to be in this area to activate and spawn the HVT each round, might as well just sit here anyways and just chill, as a jet gun will eliminate all the zombies. There might be a few stragglers, and which you can pick them off however you want to, and then you just run it back. It's very simple. It's very easy, like most camo grinding is inside of directed mode, which is awesome. And one little tip I do want to give just while doing this, while it's not as helpful as it is for the Afterlife challenges, the Ether Shroud field upgrade, at least for the melee weapons, is definitely very useful. At least if you're, you know, meleeing the abominations. If you're meleeing the manglers, dude, you're gonna crack, whack, sack, bang, they're done. The abominations aren't the friendliest enemy to deal melee damage to, because they'll smack you away with their stupid tail, or they'll bite you with their stupid three-headed faces. So Ether Shroud can help alleviate some of the pressure on that. Now, granted, it would also just not have HVT abominations on your save for your melee weapons. The way I did my melees is that the knife was the first one I did, and when I was doing the knife, I just had a ray gun with me, and I would pop a head or two with it, and I would go just 8 mode and just run up to him and try and just start stabbing away, chip at his health. But yeah, you know, there were some situations where I was just like, man, I wish this was just a mangler, because the knife was, I had it, the knife fully upgraded, Pack-a-Punch tier 3 overkill, and it was one-shotting the manglers. Oops. I was trying to use the knife to weaken some of them for some of the other weapons, and it was just one-shotting them, so I was like, okay, yeah, I wish this was manglers from the get-go. And then the bat was the last one I did, and then so I started a new game entirely, and of course I rolled the HVT on that one. So yeah, abomination for both the melee weapons, especially with the baseball bat, not really the most ideal, but we roll, we ball. Anyways, I just want to say the sniper rifles in this game, not only are they all very, very strong, but they look absolutely astounding with Nebula Camo. Like every weapon does. Every weapon looks, this camo is so good, dude. Seriously, so good. All right, now for some of the people that have not seen the Opal grind videos, the Afterlife video, I just want to tell y'all how I went about getting those challenges done to get to the Nebula point. Opal was real simple, bro. You open up the literal right side of the map and you get to where the round cap is 11. You don't do any of the Easter egg steps. You just get to round 11. And once you get to round 11, a mangler is going to keep respawning over and over again. And I just kept farming that same mangler. Now you could go into a different, like a normal game, a non-directed game. And then once you get in like the mid 30s or even like the 20s or so, you could eliminate the mangler, safe quit, have it respawn again, eliminate them, move on to the next round, rinse, repeat. That way you could do that as well. It might be a little bit more annoying. The way I was doing it, it was just a lot like just kind of brain dead, because you're killing the same mangler 30 times on round 11 basically for each freaking weapon, and it can be a little bit boring, but it's super chill. And then for Afterlife, I don't want to say basically the same exact thing, but we were in the same area, same spot, and we just kept the zip line by the arsenal on the Alamo. You just keep that closed. That way no enemies can flank you, come up and hit you from behind, unless it's like a vermin, which are very rare. They'll do that maybe one per round if no mangler spawns on top of the Alamo roof. In that case, probably just safe quit to get it to where a mangler spawns every single time. That way you won't have to even worry about that. But since for Afterlife you have to get 20 consecutive kills without taking damage 10 times, you stand basically in this little spot right here on round 11. You're going to one-shot all the zombies, and it's just very, very easy pickings, very easy work, no stress, hassle whatsoever. For the melee weapons, it can be a little bit annoying. That's where you use Ether Shroud with Void Sheath specifically. That major augment will allow you to stay in the actual invisibility for longer by getting melee kills, and since you need to get 20 in a row without taking damage on the melee weapons, it just goes hand in hand really well. And then the Nebula challenge itself, we just talked about it in this video. You farm that HVT from the Easter egg step for all of the weapons. It's that simple. When you talk about it like that, it actually sounds way easier. And for me, I didn't find any really ooh, this is a good tip or trick or secret tech to go ahead and use. Nah, bro, it's kind of just like, it's very streamlined progression. And like I said, man, I thoroughly enjoy the Nebula Camo. Seriously, I felt this grind was well worth it. The camo is absolutely phenomenal. Could have gotten it done a little bit quicker, but I had to at least get all of the main base game weapons done before Citadel drops tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'm so excited. This game's barely over a month old and we already got a new map on the way, bro. Ah, hell yeah. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Nebula Camo, the Nebula grind. What is your favorite weapon with the Nebula Camo? Consider subscribing. See you later.